Hi there guys, how's it going? So as you know by now, Kingdom Hearts Union Cross will soon be going from the current iteration of version 2. X whatever, to the brand new version 3.0.0. I'm really excited about this. It's the 3rd anniversary and it all seems to be leading towards Kingdom Hearts 3. A lot of 3s happening right now. I'm very excited. I mean, as much as I do enjoy making content for this game, I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan through and through. I've been since I was a much younger person. I'm really looking forward to seeing the links to this and Kingdom Hearts 3 and then getting to finally play Kingdom Hearts 3, and it's getting closer and closer. It is getting closer and closer all the time. Anyway, let's go over this really awesome Japanese website that they've set up, effectively with these like 7 countdowns for reveals about version 3.0.0. So I've waited till they were all out to sort of start covering this properly. So now that they're all out, without further ado, let's get into it. So, beautiful little artwork there from the Kingdom Hearts 3, through the Kingdom Hearts Key, actually, 3rd anniversary. So they're kind of co-opting that a little bit, which is clever, I guess, but I like that artwork there, so I've just kind of plonked it above my head there. So, there we go. Alrighty. So, as we saw in the Dandelion meeting, they did say that the Classic Kingdom series of minigames that will be available to play in both Kingdom Hearts 3 and Union Cross are coming to Union Cross. So, it seems that Classic Kingdom will be arriving, so if you go ahead and click on that there, it'll take us down to the bottom here. It's the same list of minigames that I think we've seen before. I don't particularly recognise any new ones. That chicken and egg one they were talking about, the sort of getting away from the giant one is there. A little fishing one that I don't really think I've seen too much of before, but yeah, so 5 minigames will be available to play in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and it seems that, now again, Google Translate is doing its absolute best here, but it seems like depending on how well you score in these minigames, and now I don't know if this is Union Cross or in Kingdom Hearts 3 itself, but let's go ahead and assume Union Cross because it's on the Kingdom Hearts Union Cross website. If you get a high score in these minigames, you'll be able to download a special skin for, looks like, the Starlight Keyblade in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is really cool. I don't know if the Starlight Keyblade will otherwise be unavailable, or if it's literally just a unique skin, like a skin from Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. That would probably make the most sense. I don't really think they put in an exclusive Keyblade tied into a limited time only minigame in Kingdom Hearts 3 at Union Cross, but you never know, they might. Now, part of me is like, okay, well, if they were going to do that, they'd have to develop a way of linking your Union Cross account to Kingdom Hearts 3, which is on the PS4 and the Xbox as well, so I don't quite know how they do that. Maybe they'd be like, okay, you got the high score, click this little link here for a download code, or, I don't know, some way of, like, they'd have to introduce some way of linking your Union Cross account to your PS4 account, which I would have thought if they were going to do that, they would have done it for the Being Kingdom Hearts 3 contest a while ago, but I don't know, who knows. In any case, 5 minigames, I'm definitely keen to check it out, something a little bit different to do. Yeah, so let's go ahead and move down. Obviously the big jewel campaign. Now, this is a bit cheeky, so JP is definitely going to get 13,300 jewels entered into their game. And now you might say, okay, well that's the JP anniversary. Does Global get anything? And the answer is, maybe? Hopefully you guys can see this tweet, but in the Global Versions tweet that came out today, someone asked, you know, are we going to get the same jewel reward as in the Japanese anniversary? And if it's Glacy or whoever it is that replied, just sort of gave the odd shrug emoji. So who knows what's going to happen. Even if we don't get the 13,300, it appears we're going to be getting some. So I'm keen either way. I sort of thought that when they put out that survey and said, okay, 3,000 jewels will come in a survey, I sort of thought that was like a little consolation prize because the Japanese version didn't get the survey. So I was like, okay, they'll give the Japanese version their anniversary jewels. It'll probably be quite a lot, but you know, we'll get 3k, which is not, it's not a ton, but it's a really nice little amount. So I was like, okay, that'll probably soften the blow. Now it seems like we're going to be getting more than that, which, I mean, obviously I'm extremely happy about. Hopefully the Japanese people, again, won't be salty about it, or the Japanese players, rather. I know there are plenty of non-Japanese players of the JP version, but again, as long as the treatment's equal and fair, like, when our anniversary rolls around, I really hope the Japanese version gets bombarded with gifts as well. So, in any case, it seems like we're going to be getting potentially some jewels as well, so I'm pretty happy about that. Continuing down the list, there seems to be this like new communication overlay into the game, so there is going to be different ways of mucking around in Union Cross and like being able to communicate. I think this is like an overhaul, like a much needed overhaul to the in-game chat system, which, as you guys know, censors things left and right. It doesn't like check if the censored word is contained within an entire word, like skill, for example. It censors the kill part of skill because it's like, oh, we can't promote any sort of violence, and there's a whole list of ridiculous censored words on, you know, Reddit and what have you, so if you want to go have a laugh through those, I suggest you look it up. But hopefully this is an answer to that. It looks like there's going to be this little overlay with these 3 options inside it. One of which, obviously, you get to like meet up with your friends and chat, and this sort of, I don't really quite know how much people are going to use this. One of the features of it, like, you know how right now we can select medals that we have at 6 stars, and that was a way of like, you could put that into the chat, I guess, as a way of bragging. I guess in the Japanese version, those 6-star medals, a lot of them are tied to unique voice lines, and you can then chat with those voice lines directly. Like, you can put that in as a little voice message, I suppose. So obviously that feature won't be implemented in the global version unless they all of a sudden decide to reverse that decision and start paying out royalties to all the voice actors, whatever, that were never initially paid to have their voice in this Kingdom Hearts game. So I don't know, that seems like a whole complicated mess. It seems more likely that the global version just won't get the voice acting, but anyway, interesting stuff, I guess. I don't know how much it'll be used, because obviously at this point now, you know, Discord's so prevalent, Facebook groups are so prevalent, Line apps, all the rest of the chat, so who knows. Anyway, it seems cool at the very least. Okay, the next one is the 3rd anniversary both raid boss, which is this sparkling, glowing, looks like an attraction ride. It really does remind me of the flow motion attraction rides from the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer that we've seen so far, with the like really bright individual spotlight lights all over it. And to go with that, 2 new avatar boards. I believe in English they're called the Gallant Starlight and the Gorgeous Starlight avatar boards. I'm not too sure about that. I'm pretty sure it's Gallant Starlight. Featuring 4 skills and 2 moon gems. Sorry, 2 gems, a sun and a moon. So lots and lots of content on those boards for 3,000 jewels. So a little bit more expensive than usual, but only 500 jewels for 1 more skill and 1 more gem. Relatively speaking, is a pretty good deal. So we actually do know the contents of these boards already. Given that they're out in JP, we can expect the contents to be more or less the same in the English version, because again, our versions are more or less at parity at this point, but we'll find out for sure in a couple hours. So in terms of the skills, we have Attack Boost 7 Max, Special Attack Gauge 0. Again, in JP, named Attack Boost XL4, because our naming scheme is a lot better, in my opinion. Attack Boost 6 Max and Lux Plus, which is really cool. It's, you know, nice to have a nice rating skill that isn't too much weaker than its non-rating counterparts, so I'll definitely be happy to pick that up. Defense Boost 6. My god, it's already happening. We only just got Defense Boost 5, it seems like not that long ago, and Defense Boost 6 is now out. So DB5 Max isn't even out yet, but we're already up to DB6. In terms of the damage it shaves off, it actually shaves off 11/12, which turns into a percentage 91.66 whatever. Again, not a huge increment up from the previous version, and again, they can't really go much further than this, he says. I don't know, they've really slowed down how much damage these things shave off, because they can only increase by a tiny amount at a time now before they hit 100%, and then what do you do? So they really have to slow it down. So again, off the previous, which was what, 90% I believe, it isn't that much of an increase, but again, it's like, if you and your opponent are so evenly matched, and the only difference is you're shaving off another 1.6%, then the person with the DB6 in theory should win. In theory, so there you go, another gap of power to chase and make all your other skills irrelevant. Anyway, and again, like I mentioned, oh sorry, I forgot, Attack Boost 7, APP, and Lux Plus. Again, I've never really have too much use for those skills. They're only ever like temporary in my opinion, but you know what, it's there. Apart from that, the avatar board itself is very good. The parts themselves, of course, just look fantastic. They look really good. And like I said before, the sun and the moon gem. So I don't believe any of the parts have any like skill perk or any other perks attached to it. There is a really good perk in the VIP this week, but yeah, we're not going to talk about that just yet. Alright, back to the main site. So, of course, a lot of people had to laugh at this already with our good boy Sephiroth there, dabbing on that player there. He just had to do it to him. So, it seems we're going to be able to verse Sephiroth in some event quests pretty soon. I don't know if it's going to be another like Hades Cup style tournament, but man, it's going to be like we were teased this artwork of Sephiroth months and months ago in the release of the in the Taiwan version of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. There was him on a banner and Cloud on a banner, and it was meant to be advertising the fact that you could interact with Final Fantasy characters, I guess. And then he just never came out. I guess they've been sitting on this event for all this time, and now they finally released it. So anyway, I'm not too sad about that. I'm happy to finally have some content to do, so cool, bring it on. I guess we'll get to listen to One Wing Angel as we fight him, which is really sweet. So Yeah, it's gonna be a tough fight, I imagine. I wonder if he'll use Heartless Angel on us. Anyway, keep going down. We already covered this before. That was the login VIP bonus thing that we talked about before. We already know about that. And the PS4 Pro draw that we talked about before. So that is everything we know about version 3.0.0 so far. I really want to know what you guys are the most keen on. I really want to figure out this Classic Kingdom thing, and I don't know if that ties into the new world that was teased a while ago, the potential Wreck-It Ralph world. Really keen on that. One last thing that I will leave you with though is a thank you from our good friend Tetsuya Nomura. Again, Google Translate did its absolute best here, but I don't imagine it to be very perfect. Let's zoom that in for you guys a little bit more. It's a really interesting update. Obviously, I wouldn't presume to know what he actually is trying to say from Google Translate, but what I take out of it is that they're sort of thinking of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross Year 3 as like Cross 3 or X Tray, like Tray meaning 3, and they're sort of reading it as like, again, Google Translate, like X Trays, I think they're trying to say. I don't really know if that's correct or not, but if anyone in there speaks Japanese or is able to translate for us, I would greatly appreciate that. He also goes on to mention the fact that, you know, he hasn't spoken to us in quite a while, which, given that Kingdom Hearts 3 is only a few months from release, I can kind of understand. The story has been kind of stagnating for a while. Obviously, we've just been kind of dicking around in Disney worlds without any significant plot development in several months, but he says, sorry to have kept you waiting so long. There is going to be significant story updates coming very soon. Connections between certain characters are going to be revealed, and I could not be more excited. I'm really keen, because again, as much as I love playing the game itself, I'm really in it for the story. I don't know. They've got the hooks in me pretty deep at this point, even though it's a pretty ridiculous story, I will happily admit. I'm in love with it. What can I say? So, I'm really happy to hear more about it. Speaking of which, I've wanted to make a video on the story of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross and my theories as to where it's been going for a long time. Lately though, whenever I have free time, I'm usually trying to make content about the current gameplay or medal deals or what have you, and I always end up trying to start the day working on the story video, but then I end up spending the rest of the day, or my free time rather, on current stuff happening in the game. So I might take a little bit of time off doing Kingdom Hearts Union Cross gameplay videos and just really try and get these story videos out, especially while they're going to be relevant before the new story content comes out, potentially next month, potentially late this month. I don't know what he quite means by next month, given that he might have written this before the end of September. So it could be happening this month, it could be happening in October when we properly get new story updates, but I guess, again, people that can translate for us can actually tell us better than that. But the point is, I would love to be able to get some story videos done, and to do that I might have to take a little bit of time off doing my regular daily content updates, just because obviously my free time is limited. So yeah. Anyway guys, I want to thank you so very much. Tell me what you're most excited about Kingdom Hearts Union Cross's 3rd anniversary. Is it the Classic Kingdom? Is it the communication features? Is it, you know, the raid week we're going to be getting into? Anyway, lots and lots of stuff. Obviously the 4 medals are being dropped left, right and center, and I will cover those, I think, when they're all out in the global version, just so we can do, I imagine it'll be like a big banner where they're going to drop them all at the same time. So at that point, well, maybe like 5 banners at once. At that point, we can talk about, okay, which one is probably the best to spend your jewels on, just because I guess that question will be coming up quite a lot. Anyway, guys, all the best. I'll catch you really soon. Thank you so much. Bye.